I was literally just talking to my mom about this, but I was saying like, yo, if I wake up every single day and I put one foot in front of the other and I focus on making the most out of that day, controlling what I can control, making intentional and aligned decisions, what do I have to worry about?
There is some truth to the fact that we should live in the moment. Ultimately, it's the moment's all you've got. But this statement's only partially true because as human beings we have access to another asset that we're completely forgetting. We have fully developed consciousness, which a cat or a dog might not have. All they can think about with the kind of covered consciousness they have is of the moment, just the present moment. They'll be like, throw a ball and I'll fetch it and I'm going to be happy. So the moment's all that they can think about. But as human beings, we have a fully developed consciousness. Because of this fully developed consciousness, it is, while it's good to invest in the moment, ultimately, the moment's all we've got, right? Because of this fully developed consciousness, while it's good to invest in the moment, it is hard to ignore the future. While investing in the moment, we should not fragment ourselves from the consequences of our actions in the futures. Actually, we can't naturally do that. The worry comes not because we're thinking about the future. The worry comes because we don't know how to properly think about the future. For example, there is the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita talks about two kinds of activities: the Shreyas and the Preyas. Preyas means your immediate good. Like a little child wants to play, and all they can think about is playing in the moment because I want to play with my friends. They're there. It's going to be fun. That's all they think of. But the parent knows that they need to go to school, they need to study, they need to be educated because that's what's going to help them sustain themselves in the future. So they push them in that direction. So that's Shreyas. So there's Preyas and the Shreyas. Now, it's not, the child is at that moment not capable of thinking about the future. So you have guides, parents, mentors kind of helping you do that. The same way in life, while living in the moment is great for the prayers, for the immediate, but it is not thinking about the shreyas, the consequences of our future. And this is what's called the science of karma. Now, looks like people are trying to be like this, live in the moment, because thinking about the future causes worry. Now, here's the deal: like living in this world is explained in scriptures, sarvam vastu bhayanvitam. In this material world, everything becomes a source of fear. For example, rupe jara bhayam, the one who is beautiful gets worried about old age. Bhoge rogo bhayam, the one who wants to enjoy gets afraid of disease. So like this, every activity has some cause of worry. But remember that this and this worry comes because we are very attached to our present reality. Because we don't know any other reality. We're so attached to this material world where sarvam vastu bhayanvitam. In this material world where everything is a cause of fear, we're attached to it. And we have no knowledge of our shreyas. We have no knowledge of our ultimate goal of life. We have no knowledge about our ultimate identity. And we don't know how to act in that ultimate identity. Sometimes in life you might have had this experience that when you know that I want to be an artist, or you really have your own heart's calling, and even you make the first step in that direction, like even the littlest step in that direction. I know for me it works like that I want to be, say for example, I want to be a great cook. And when I started my first cook, like reading my first cookbook and going through it, it's like, one day I'll be a good cook. Seems so far away, but even the first step gives you such satisfaction because you know you're going the right direction. In the same way, when you educate yourself about Shreyas, that's why scriptures are there. When you educate yourself about the ultimate goal of life, then even one right step in the right direction helps you have a lot of immense satisfaction. Otherwise, we're just living in this world, chasing that which becomes a cause of worry. Actually, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is explained. It is explained, Praner Arthe Dhiya Vacha, Achaya Acharanam Sada. That with our mind, with our words, with our activities, with our wealth, with everything that we have at our disposal, we should always act for Shreya. We should always act for the ultimate good. That is a secret of success. You can't artificially quit worrying about the future and just live in the moment. Actually, life is not about, you know, you can't just wipe out all this worry about the future. Sorry. Being a human being with fully developed consciousness, you can't just pretend about, living in the moment and not thinking about the future. Actually, life is a choice of life. Sorry, actually, life is a series of moments in which you choose Krishna, you choose devotional service, you choose to be spiritual, you choose to be identifying with spirit rather than matter. As you do make these choices in every moment, it's not like we make a decision, I'm going to be spiritual, and then that's it. Every moment we choose to invest in bhakti, we choose to invest in service to the Supreme. And that requires very careful consideration, not just that, stop worrying, let it all be laissez-faire. It doesn't work like that. We need to be educated. The solution for worry is proper education. So please think about it. There are so many choices we have to make in this world that are so difficult. And it's so tricky because you can come back in time and be like, oh, maybe that was the right choice. Maybe that was the wrong choice. Like things that you might do as a teenager. And then later on, you're so embarrassed thinking about it. But as long as you do the best you can for your ultimate good, for your ultimate spiritual advancement, for your ultimate connection with the Supreme, as long as you're doing what is the best choice in the moment for that ultimate purpose, then you are safe.